Good day, everybody. November 24th, 2024. Today is the 329th day, week number 47. Today's the complete Santa Clarita real estate market update. We're going to have Acton and Agua Dulce. Show them specifically here in just a moment. Let me give you those numbers real quick. Very, very few properties have had interactions this week. 5 did close this past 7 days in Acton and Agua Dulce, California. We have 1 coming soon. 1 new listing was added this last 7 days. 2 went into pending status, which is deeper into escrow, so still in escrow. 5 actually finished and closed this past week. 2 have been put on hold, and that's it. So Acton and Agua Dulce moved just a little bit slower depending on time of year, but it is still a very active market, and properties that are priced correctly don't take long to sell. So usually within 30 days, maybe a little bit more, getting a property from just placed on the market into escrow. Now, today is Sunday. That's your entire Santa Clarita real estate recap. So pulling all that data, total Santa Clarita Valley listings, we have 4 coming soon. These are the new inventory that's been added over the past week. We have 51 new listings that have come onto the market this past week. 56 properties have had their prices changed. 15 properties have gone back on the market. 26 properties have gone active under contract. 37 properties have gone pending. So we're close, just over 60 properties that are actually entering escrow. 66 have closed. So that's about equal in the number of properties that go into escrow than the numbers have closed. We do have 8 that expired, 11 canceled, 14 have been put on hold, 7 have been withdrawn. So if you're a buyer looking at Santa Clarita real estate, for example, look at those listings. Make sure your agent is doing their due diligence to find those listings that have actually been put on hold or withdrawn from the market and maybe expired, because if something like that fits your bill, then what you need to do is then do a follow-up or have your agent go bang on that door, talk to that seller and say, listen, I have a buyer that's very interested in this particular residence. Can we talk? And then you start the negotiation process via your agent. That stuff really works well. And I did the Acton and Agua Dulce, what's happening out there. Again, those properties, because they're further away, not too much, but they're also a little bit special in the way that they have septic systems, a lot of them. And as far as water goes, some don't have city-connected water, so you have to have water trucked in, which is just an extra step, but it comes out to be very similar to having piped-in water, except now you just have more maintenance. You have to have somebody come out and put water into your tank, and then from the tank it comes into the house. Also with Acton and Agua Dulce, a lot of those properties aren't on city sewer either. They're on septic. And you'll know this when you start doing your searching. My website, SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com, does show where those properties are that have the septic systems, which actually do have actual piped-in water, and the ones that do not. So that's something to look at. Looking at the price adjustments and the price changes of properties, those are things to pay attention to for real estate buyers. Look at those numbers as we get into the holidays. The sellers that are on the market do want to sell, and the buyers, for you sellers out there that are looking at the market at this time, they want to buy. They're not concerned with the holiday rush or slowdown. They just want to get it done. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Also, be open when it comes to negotiation. A lot of sellers sometimes have this idea that, well, if it's not going to be my way, then I'm not going to accept it. You'd be surprised where buyers would be willing to go with your property, even if they come in with a much lower than asking price offer. I have seen it where buyers actually come up very, very close to what the seller actually wanted. And as time goes on, the seller becomes a little bit more nimble and less emotional about that selling process, realizing that if they wait, whatever market they're going to, more than likely it's going to also be changing in the same form as Southern California. If they leave the state, maybe less so. But again, those price points are going to be higher the longer they wait, if this market is still under that type of change where we're having increases in real estate prices. So for you sellers and buyers out there, pull back a little bit, look at the advice you're getting from your agent and see if it makes sense. And if it does, then of course move forward. The other thing that I'll throw caution to the wind with is regard to the syndication sites. understand if you look and you see all of these different sites saying that they have the best agents, they offer fantastic agents, come here, let me show you our agents. Those agents are paying a fee to be on those websites. And what does that mean? Well, that means there's nothing but money standing in the way of them being in front of you and not being in front of you. Me, I do it the other way. I'm more organic, where I'm doing the content, I'm doing the writing, I'm doing these educational videos about the market. I have a 7-day video release schedule. Each day is for a different city in the Santa Clarita Valley specifically, and I talk about the local news, what's happening within the real estate front, and also how you can best utilize what finances you have and what time frames you need as far as buying and selling real estate. So that's an everyday process. I do my blog, and then I take that information and I put it out there so everybody can see it on social media and also on my blog, of course, SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com. That's important because I'm not paying somebody to do it. I'm not paying these systems out there to say that I'm the best agent in the world. I leave that up to the people that are watching what I'm producing, the content, and then they can make their own decision. I do know this, there is nobody that's posting as much content talking about the local market and not about me. It's all about you. As a real estate buyer and a seller, the most important thing that you can have is an agent that uses the God-given ability they have. They have 2 ears to listen more than they talk. So they should be asking you what you're looking for and what are the things you will accept and won't accept, and then hunting by your criteria. Now, if they should have also the wherewithal, if you say, well, I really want a bigger backyard, they have to then talk to you more about bigger and see what the purpose is. Is it something that you might want to put a pool in later? Well, if that's the case, I would say now that we're in the colder season, maybe finding a property that already has a pool is going to save you tens of thousands of dollars, which more than likely it could. But in the summertime, when properties are going up and you have properties with pools, they're going to gather a premium. So while it's still going to make probably more financial sense to buy a house that already has a swimming pool, definitely the time to do that would be more in the winter months, if that makes sense. So these are all those little things that your agent should be giving you that give value to the reason why you've chosen them and you're working with them. Real estate's very expensive. It might be someday that there's robots and everything else that are going to be able to take care of it. But that human-to-human connection is very important. In addition to that, there's so much accountability because I'm here, I'm local, and you don't have to hunt me down. I'm not some kind of an artificial intelligence engineered person. I'm real. I'm Connor with Honor. It was a pleasure doing today's video. We will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow on Monday, we always start off the week with the Valencia, California real estate update. So please stay tuned for that. You can find that at SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com/blog. And it is my pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Connor with Honor. Over and out.